Yeah, Sean, I got a girl moving down 28th Northwest on 28th. I can't really make her out, but she's moving up the street right now and she looks kind of young.
Yes, I text you an image of a girl we just took a photo of. I think that's your daughter.
North on 28?
Yeah, you're heading in the right direction. I just saw you turn.
We're a group of former police detectives and Navy SEALs, other special operators that, for no charge, look for missing and exploited children or runaway children. This young lady, 15, we had to recover her twice. The parents had a party for her when she got out of rehab. One of the rescues we had was a young 15-year-old in Del Mar, California, that we chased for 3.5 months across this country and eventually recovered her in Jacksonville, Florida. She was training to be an Olympic star. This girl we took out of a gang house in Compton where they had her sold and ready to ship the next day. They take the girls and sell them to the different other gangs all over the country.
They do all of the work pro bono, and these guys work long hours, completely unpaid in addition to their day jobs, for the sole purpose of reuniting these children with families.
December 2014, we had our first recovery of a child, and that was a 14-year-old girl from Oceanside, California, where I live, and she was trafficked since the age of 11. Since that date, we've had 192 successful operations and recoveries. 192 cases out of 192. So
you've had a 100% success rate?
Correct. We got together and decided to become licensed, insured, private investigators, never take money, work for free for parents, and bring home or gather these children who are runaways and missing before the predator can get a hold of them.
Saved in America acts as the eyes and the ears, and they act as long arms to help law enforcement figure out where these girls are and bring them back.
They saw there was a void in the system as far as the ability for local police departments and parents who have concerns for their runaway children to find them.
My name's Kirby Hurrell. Listen, I'm a retired Master Chief from the U.S. Navy SEAL teams. I was in the SEAL teams for almost 38 years. I was in over 60 countries chasing bad guys and watching these kind of child travesties happening all over the world.
SEALs, special operators, former law enforcement. I mean, it just shows that this is their heart for service, right?
Unfortunately, here in Las Vegas, sex trafficking is an issue.
40% of all runaways become victims of child sex trafficking.
And it's a little bit higher issue than most places in the United States.
Currently, according to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, there's 300,000 missing children in the United States.
The difficult part is that you'll notice that in these lists, a good percentage of them are foster kids. So they don't have a parent.
60% of the missing children of the 300,000 out there are foster kids. So they don't have any parents. And it's very, very difficult, if any of you work with social workers, to get any information from them. Let's say you don't have a positive ID and then the police get there and the child has a phony ID and you don't have a parent to verify. Well, then it becomes, well, you say that's who she is, and she says that's not who she is. So where do you go from there?
People rely on the police department to help them with their problems, which is what we do in totality, but we also have limited resources, and we have a lot of other issues we deal with besides sex trafficking. So
the child ends up being arrested, not the pimp, for prostitution, but you can't be charged with prostitution if you're a minor. So they find out the child is a minor, then they have to let them go.
They recently passed that law, I think it was last year, where if you're a minor and you're caught prostituting, it's not a crime.
And the pimps tell the kids this, so they say, well, just don't say anything to them, and they have to let you go, which they do. And guess who's out in the front of the police station? The pimp, picking them up and taking them back.
And I have 3 cases right now where I know exactly where they are, and I've packaged it up and I sent it to law enforcement. So now it's up to them to go and recover her and then try to get her help.
And a social working program has no effective way to go and find their own missing children.
If you could have a private organization come forward to assist you in that endeavor, we will embrace them, we will bring them on board, and we appreciate it.
The ability to bring them back to their families, to give them the opportunity to live the life that a child should be entitled to live in this world is what they enable.
What happens, these kids get plied up with drugs. 14-year-old girl we took out of a cartel house in San Diego under the influence of heroin. Was gang raped and beat and prostituted for a week before we got her. And she wasn't even from California. She was taken from Utah. They can sell them over and over and over and over and over and over again and not have to keep buying new commodity. They just need to give them drugs for that once or twice period of time, and that's their only investment. So if they invest $20 to $50 to $100 and get their hair done once and their nails done once, a little bit of drugs, and they make, every time they sell the girl, $100, and they sell her 6 to 8 times a day, you see the return, 7 days a week.
Trafficking is a multi-billion-dollar business. Every one of these kids that is trafficked and remains trafficked on an annual basis brings these guys, these corrupt individuals, $300,000 cash money.
As a father of 2 and the stepfather of 2 daughters, the fear of having your children potentially kidnapped, stolen, or lured into a life of slavery, it's just pure hell. It's the stuff of nightmares.
So we've been in communications with the mother, and we're trying to get more intel, but I think she's out traveling right now, so she's not in front of a computer. She's trying to use a phone. So we're trying to get as much intel as we can so that we want to do this op and find her.
17 girls missing since January 1st in the state of Nevada and 12 in Las Vegas. Right. Currently missing.
The other thing that we're trying to get her to do is fill out the actual application, which will give us even further detail and more intel about her social media and people she associated with before she left. Sarah McCray description: height 5'1", weight 110 pounds, race Asian. Sarah McCray facts: multiple arrests for prostitution, originally from San Jose, California. Her last arrest took place at 98 North 29th Street. Also provided the North Las Vegas Police Department information, hospital, and staging address.
We'll go over there, we'll scope out the area, find some good spots. We'll do a drive-through in the apartments over here, but if it's run by gangs or gangsters, they don't know you, and they're going to start clicking as soon as we go rolling. Just keep your head on a swivel in case they come up from the front and the back. Just check, try to find out who you are.
If it looks like a bad situation, I'm pulling us out. I'm not going to risk your life and my life, Hey Frank, can you see our location on the primary phone?
This is what we call a parent phone.
Okay.
It's for some reason it was programmed this way, and it's the only phone that could see all the positions. What I'm doing is that I'm helping them. I have to see where they are, so I position them to get to where they can ID her, and then we get law enforcement to come in.
He's telling us to put the window down. Yeah.
You guys looking for someone?
No. We're actually meeting up with one of our buddies. Yeah. So we're good. Thanks, man.
Okay.
Some local dude. I don't know who he is. I think he works at the recycling place right here.
So Tosh was he was confronted, so he had to move his position. Gangster. Yeah.
We don't know who that guy is. He confronted us for a reason because we look suspicious to him. So we're gonna, if the girl is gonna come around, or he is a lookout for a pimp or whatever, she's not gonna come around. We could potentially blow the whole thing.
Just be in the area. They're not doing it. They're just sitting there right now. I can't tell how many people are in the vehicle.
Hey, Sean, I'm about 50 yards behind him. I'll let you know if anything pops up.
Therefore, I've already told them if he pops out of that car and he's got anything in his hand, I'm booking out of here. Hey, you guys, try to grab the plate just in case.
Right, I'm behind them. Las Vegas license plate Lima. Yeah,
Hey, Sean, I got a girl moving down 28th. I think she's either Hispanic or Asian. I can't really make her out, but she's moving up the street right now and she looks kind of young.
Did you say she was heading north on 28?
Yeah, you're heading in the right direction. I just saw you turn.
I can see her almost at the corner of the left-hand side, though. Now she's traveling eastbound on Stewart.
Did she there?
Yes, I text you an image of a girl we just took a photo of. We think that's your daughter that we're out in the field seeing.
Right. That's the best I can do.
Where was the last place you saw her? On Stewart?
Yeah, on Stewart.
Eastbound on Stewart?
So, yeah, coming toward Charleston.
Oh, she made a right turn?
No, she's coming down down the street.
Okay,
Yeah.
on Stewart. You want to go do
You want to go back
check?
over there?
I'll go do a check. So he's sending the picture now for confirmation?
Yeah.
The detective didn't tell us when this picture is from. Did he?
I thought he said it was just the most recent picture of her.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
What, weeks?
I think it was sooner than that.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Yes, she said that her upper body is more small and petite. So that's why it didn't look like her.
Yeah, this is
That's how she described it.
It's hard to tell with the hat, but she's just about the right size.
She's about the right size.
Hey, let me go over there, get ice on, and then have him send me get me on the radio. Let's go check it out. We're gonna go back and we're gonna try to ID the young lady that was walking eastbound on Stewart. But again, you know, the power of makeup and the way the girls change their hair, it's difficult. One day they look one way, tomorrow they look the other. So
It's not her. Yeah. Yeah, she definitely doesn't think it's her. But her mother just like automatically knew it wasn't her.
Yeah, moms know.
Yep.
We've got some good intel. We know this is where she's at, and then we come back, fight another day. You know what I mean? So.
Okay, now we got a general area.
Yep.
Okay, and she knows she doesn't. You know, we're not burnt.
So if each of the operators can write up a DAR, daily activity report on this, send it to Frank. Frank, if you can then incorporate it into the post brief with the two pictures that we have of the one girl that looks similar to, but the mother identified that it wasn't her daughter. And then we'll send that to the detective and send it to the case manager for the Dropbox. I think it went extremely well. First of the operation, we identified a girl that looked very similar. You know, when we put her pictures up and you compare her just to the photos that we had at the time, we had a very good similarity that could have been her.
Absolutely.
But yet, when Mom said that's not my daughter, and then we got the new pictures from Mom, of course, then it was a different story. But for purposes of our operation, you know, it looked like it came really close.
We mobilized and everything out.
Yeah.
Before I was Attorney General, I mean, I knew generally that human trafficking was a problem. But until you hear the stories, you see the numbers, work alongside people like the sheriff here in Las Vegas, and understand just how widespread the epidemic is.
1 in 7 nationwide ends up in sex trafficking, correct? That's about 14%. In my jurisdiction, it's about 43%. My particular population of jurisdiction is about 1.6 million people. 3.3 million calls a year. Out of those calls, about 1.5 million of those are actual calls for service.
Well, law enforcement may not be able to do anything in the first 24 hours, 48 hours for a variety of reasons. They have found in stories that I've read about this organization. And this organization is able to just charge the hill in the private sector, get to work, try to track down this person.
Your program is a godsend. When I did the interview for Channel 5 back here, they said, so why are you supporting this organization, Sheriff? Because it's more resources. For us to be successful, we have to have resources.
Law enforcement can't do it all. Law enforcement does need partners. We do need help.
We need you. And the police department will embrace you with open arms, that collaborative partnership, in order for you to be successful, to help us be successful.
Thank you to this group for being willing to set up a chapter here. I certainly hope to help. I know the sheriff wants to help, and in any other way that we can help in this community, of course, the more resources we have, the more lives we can save.
Thank you for your support, Joe. Thank you for bringing your hearts into this matter and assisting us.
As we came in and sat down, by the way, Tosh, Navy SEAL Chief Tosh Carrington, looked around at all the tables and he said to me, he goes, Joseph, this looks like a wedding. And I said, Tosh, because it is a wedding. Saved in America in Las Vegas, Nevada.
What I can tell you is my police department will embrace you with open arms and provide all the help you can to be successful.
One day I got a phone call from a number I didn't recognize, and it was one of the girls in rehab that I had rescued. And she just said, I just want to say thank you to you and your team for getting me and rescuing me from where I was. And that, in and of itself, makes everything worth it.